people, hope you are all well. So in this vlog I've acquired another little project to keep me busy whilst waiting on bits to arrive for client builds. A little bit fun, a little bit different, and I had a bit of a slip up with one item which you'll realise in the actual video itself, which I mentioned. But yeah, enjoy the vlog. So starting another project, we can see that this one's a bit dirty. It is a second-hand car, but it does actually feature parental controls, which I have the remote here. It's currently got a battery issue, so when obviously the battery is switched on, it does have all the sounds, but it only reads up 5 volts. Again, we can see that it is dropping and fluctuating. To me, this suggests that it will be a new battery. Again, we can see that it's just been stored up, not been used. So the plan will be for this one is to modify it, giving it the static youth mods. So plan will be lowering and then some different wheels on it and just some other cool little touches. Might be doing a crossover between, I can't decide just yet whether to do a full bonnet vent. So there is a R8 PPI Venom, I think it's called, which has like a bonnet vent and some side skirt extensions. But I might go down the route of actually doing, say, turbos coming out of the bonnet, as well as the feed pipes as well. Again, I haven't quite decided the full look of this. Possibly going to go down the wrap route of re-wrapping it the same colour of the White Boy Discovery, as I have loads of that wrap left, and I also have a cool blue colour left over, which we can just see at the tip of my finger there. And there's also a couple of greys which I have stored up at the top. So again, not quite decided yet. Might do a couple of cool little different things, depending on what, obviously, how it turns out. But it does also feature opening doors, as we can see. So I'm going to go over it, clean it all up, and just start with the basics of lowering, deciding what to do with the wheels, and just going with a fresh look. Just keep watching. So as we can see, I've lowered the front. The steering is still possible. Might camber the front just slightly, just so to get better steering. I've also cut a hole for the bonnet vent. Again, this will be fixed down. I've worked out I'm only going to drop it by around about 20 mil, so sit about here. And then talking to Exo 3D printing, we're going to do like out the bonnet turbos either side, which would be quite a cool little touch. Be a case of obviously then lowering the rear and then changing the colour and then sorting out some wheels. Just keep following. So working on the side R8 project, obviously was the black one. Lowered it. I found some leftover wrap, which I've actually got plenty of. It is a turquoise blue, like a glossy sort of colour. For some reason in the video it's coming up as a baby blue. So the plan is just to wrap the R8 and see how the colour looks on the car itself. So yeah, keep following. So, update on the front bumper. Started wrapping it absolutely fine, and then the inevitable happened and it ripped. I've come to realise, I've come to the conclusion, this one might not necessarily be the best sort of wrapping material. It could be one of those where it is just like a vinyl for stickers. Not quite sure of the brand without looking at it properly. But it is quite a thick material. I mean, you can hear it. The materials I've used before seem to be quite soft, and it is just showing up air bubbles all over. So it'll be a case of taking it apart and trying again. Just keep following. So still working on the resale R8, which we've going to be wrapping blue. Got a little bit of a helper this time. This is Jack. So with this, I thought I'd teach him some bits and pieces. Had a go at wrapping a door, which I do in fact have here. This is his handiwork at wrapping. Bit bubbly, but further away it looks better. A couple of little bubbles. Obviously, he hasn't really got a straight line here. But for his first attempt at wrapping, yeah, it's pretty good. So now we're lowering the back. So started on this side, showing Jack what to do. So he's now converting it to the other side. Let's keep watching. So I've laid down the colour on one side. We can see I've cut a line in here and obviously following it around all the way up to the back. As mentioned previously, this does actually bubble up quite severe. It's not very clear in the video, but there are quite a few bubbles in it. And I think it is just down to the wrap, not necessarily being wrap material. It's mostly just for stickers. Due to the way that it feels in comparison to wrap that I've used previously. I've had ideas whilst doing this build of possibly infusing another colour in with this, which could possibly use the yellow, make it a bit of a wild colour, so right down the middle of the car could be yellow. I've got a couple of greys, so yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a play around with this car, as well as teaching Jack with wrapping and doing some other little bits and pieces. Just keep watching. So I've laid down a bit more colour on the Fun Build R8. I've gone for the blue. As mentioned in the previous clip, I've come to realise this isn't actually wrap material. So it is covered in like little bubbles which just won't come out, which I'm not overly happy with, as it's just not the level that I pride myself on. But for just a fun little build of just experimenting, I'm happy with the way this is actually turning out colour wise. Obviously I've actually just had a bit more fun as well, as we saw in that time lapse. I've put a Static Youth sticker underneath the yellow wrap which was left over from Jordan's Slammed UK R8, so it almost gives that embossed effect, as we can see here. And again, the edges of the cutout I've just done in a bit of gold, and this obviously will be down further, so it will actually be a vent. But the way that it's actually turning out colour wise, I'm actually really happy with. I'm trying to catch some of the little speckles. Again, as mentioned, this was a second-hand car, so it wasn't obviously in the best condition from the very beginning. But if obviously I was to do this, I would use a proper wrap instead of like a vinyl material which is used for like say doing stickers. But yeah, I'm loving the way that it's turning out. Let's keep following. And here it is, completed. I've fitted the standard wheels. As I actually quite like the way that these actually look with the car, especially with the blue and yellow combo. I have actually raised it a fraction, as I did find that once I'd put the wheels back on, it actually sat a lot lower than originally planned. So I've raised it up a fraction, but we still got the lowered look. Obviously the yellow looks wicked. I've done the embossed, obviously on the bonnet. Again, this was just an experiment. I actually love this subtlety to it, and it gives a really cool effect. It's got the blue inlays underneath the bonnet vent. Again, as mentioned previously, this isn't actually wrap, which I didn't find out until I started this little build. So I've gone round to try and get rid of many imperfections as possible. It's not, again, to the standard that I pride myself on, mainly because it isn't actually vehicle wrap. But the way it's come out, obviously with the colour combo, I'm actually really happy with. So we'll do a little walk around video. We can see that obviously the lights still shine through, even though they are tinted. So we're gonna go right around now. I've added a black gold Static Youth logo here again, which I just had kicking around. So yeah, again, I love the way that this color combo has in fact turned out. I will also add some pictures at the end of this clip, just to show a bit more of the build. So I hope that you liked obviously watching this little vlog for this build. So here come the pictures. And that's the end of that vlog. Obviously the slip up that I had was wrapping the car in a material that wasn't actually wrap. I later found out that it was used for stickers, hence why it was bubbling, but I tried to get rid of the little imperfection as best as I physically could. But the colour combo, I absolutely love the way that it turned out with the two colours. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Obviously make sure you check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We do also have TikTok, which do uploads every so often. Again, hit that like, share and subscribe. Until next time, peace.